Episode number 5, the man behind the award-winner speaker, Roger Caesar.
The acceleration of disruptive technology has created changes in the way we communicate, making it essential to know how to be effective. There are a few places where you can learn the new trends in communication while developing fellowship through collaboration and improving leadership while volunteering. If you want to navigate through this new normal stage in our society, this show is for you. With your host,
Swati Agal
and Olivic Soho.
Roger is a distinguished Toastmaster who won the humorous speech contest in 2014 and international speech contest. Roger also participated at the World Championship of Public Speaking in 2015, 2016, and 2018. He is the Division Director of Area 86 for 2019-2020 and the owner of Caesar Transport Inc. and Empire Coaching. Roger is an avid believer of giving back to the community with donations to Sick Kids Hospital and Knight's Table in Brampton. He is a huge contributor to the Youth Leadership and Gravel Club programs. Today, Roger is a motivational speaker who helps others to develop their speaking skills and maximize their greatness while managing a successful business. Please welcome Roger.
Hello there. Hello. Good to be here. Good to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's an honor for us to have you here. So Roger, you have been a Toastmasters member since 2011. What inspired you to join the organization?
Well, it's funny. I've been asked this question many times, and the answer is simply this. When I took over the family business and my parents finally retired, I realized that the way that I was approached by a lot of the executives at the different businesses that I went to changed once I became the owner. Before that, it was just Ray's son, and there was more of a fun camaraderie between most of the executives and the employees at different companies. Once I became an owner, that changed tremendously, and I had to obviously change the way I approached how I dealt with them. And it was funny because it all started with a simple meeting with myself and one of the new managers that started working at one of the main companies that we have. And when I walked into his office, I introduced myself. I said that, hi, my name is Roger. I'm the owner of Caesar Transport. We do most of your deliveries here, and I wanted to just introduce myself and welcome you to the company. And he just stood there, quiet. And it felt like an eternity, but it was only about a minute long where he didn't say anything. And so I tried again to start up a conversation to find out where he was, what he did before. And it was just one word answers after that. And I realized that he was an introvert and he didn't want that big communication right away. And when I left his office and went back to my office at the time, I remember obviously being so upset because I didn't realize how badly I was in need of learning how to communicate with everyone. And that is why I joined Toastmasters to begin with, so that I can feel comfortable talking to anyone, anywhere, at any time, and always feel like I'm in control.
That's what Toastmasters is helping all of us. Mm-hmm. Roger, how Toastmasters have changed your life in terms of personal achievements?
Well, I would say in many ways. I think that what it has done is give me the confidence to be able to go out and to communicate and to lead others no matter where I am and at what period of situation. And an example of that is just here at my office. I again, going through the Toastmaster program, being a part of it, and learning the different skills that are necessary to be great leaders and great communicators helped me here with my employees and, of course, with others that I had to come in contact with. And then on a personal level, I think that what it did was allow me to learn how to handle teenagers of today. I have, well, yes, I am a parent. Shout out to all the parents of kids that are in their teens now. Oh, good Lord. I have a 15-year-old. My 25-year-old was a breeze. I don't know if it was just a different setting, how she was, but she was so easy, it was comfortable. And then my 15-year-old is a spark plug. And I mean that in the most positive way, but she is intuitive. She likes to ask questions. And if she doesn't think that something you say sounds right, that she's right back at you to say something, and then you got to be quick on your feet. So Table Topics has been really good for that. But overall, I think it's just the idea of learning how to communicate, again, with anyone, anywhere, at any time. And my daughter is no exception to the rule. And I think that's what it is for me. It's helped me to broaden the way I reach out to people and talk to them.
I'm pretty sure that you have the same personality, and that's why you're having trouble connecting or understanding her, because the most difficult thing in life is understand ourselves.
Yes. I often say that she is a lot like me. She is a lot like me, and my 25-year-old daughter is a lot like her mom. So I would definitely say that, yes.
So
it's
Roger,
like your image. I'm trying to battle.
It is, yes. So Rogers, I have a question that I think all of us at Toastmasters want you to answer. And that is, what is the formula to be an award winner? Don't tell me
the formula. No, I'd say this. The formula for me has always been my aggressiveness. I always strive to be the best that I can be in anything that I do. It has always been the way I was raised. My parents taught me that, to always believe in myself and to always think and truly, truly deep within believe that I could achieve anything that I set my mind to. So that was always at the forefront anytime I did anything. The other thing is, and this is more of a humbling aspect of it, is to understand that there are people around you that have achieved those goals before you. And it's always important to understand that those individuals who have come before you can help you to get to where you want to get to. And I had to do that. I had to humble myself and understand that I'm not on an island by myself. And there were so many great people that I met in Toastmasters, in my club, that allowed me to learn from them and to develop my skills and to develop who I wanted to be as a speaker. And obviously to compete and to get out there and to achieve those particular goals that I wanted. But it wouldn't have happened if I didn't allow myself to humble myself to understand that these people can help rather than hinder. To not look at it always as a competition, but to look at it as relations. The people that you have around you can always help you. And that's what I think is the biggest formula: to be aggressive, to believe in yourself, and to always understand the value of others around you who can help.
It's like keep pushing yourself, and you will definitely one day achieve where you were wanted to be.
Yep. If you believe it, you will achieve it, as it said.
That's it.
Exactly. So Roger, one thing that stands out for your personality is the sense of gratitude. would you say that what has made you achieve excellence?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. There are different factors. I think that everyone will have their own reason for their success, but having gratitude and understanding the value again of others around you and also being humble to your victories. We have seen people where they get on the top of a mountain and they look down at people when they win and they don't want to help them or they don't want to have anybody rise up. And one of the things that I've always talked about, I've said this publicly a million times, my grandmother would often say to me that when you rise, lift others with you. And that was very important for me, that I continue to not only get better for myself, but when I saw others who were trying to achieve the goals that I once wanted, that I'm there now, kind of like that mentor to help them to get up. And I think that's where the gratitude comes, because when you can see others achieving and winning and succeeding, then you know you've done something well. I myself had that from others who had come before me, and they were there to stretch out their hand for me and allow me to grab it and move to where I wanted to get to. And it's not just within the Toastmasters of Brampton or within District 86. I have been very lucky and blessed to meet a lot of Toastmasters, and with my success, gain a lot of attention from different places and different people. And even they have been able to help me with little pieces. And with that being said, I've taken those pieces and I myself now pass it on to others that I see. So that's where I feel the gratitude comes in.
Yes, thank you. I realized that since I met you like 3 years ago, you always mention your grandma. So you're very grateful, and we are super grateful for you to have this such an amazing woman, especially in these days where women have to recover leadership and being acknowledged. Roger.
Mm-hmm. And it's very important. I've got a lot of great women leaders in my life. And
yes.
The top, obviously, this, is my grandmother. She was phenomenal.
Yes.
A woman that was eccentric, a woman who was simple
yes.
at the same time. But the lessons that she taught us were extraordinary. Right? I've always said that this is an ordinary woman who gave us extraordinary lessons. And so she is at the top. And then, of course, there's my mom. And my mom was always the cheerleader, the one who gave me that great advice when you needed it, who was always there when I needed to pick me up, so to speak, and who taught me the value of knowing my worth.
Yes.
Right? So when we're talking about the great women, and you're saying that we're in a world right now where women are coming up and we're trying to show them that, hey, you have all the power in the world. Look, we have a vice president elect right now who is a woman. Congratulations. All right, to Kamala Harris. That just goes to show you that there's nothing that cannot be achieved by women.
Yes.
Okay. And that's important. And then, of course, there's my sister, who was a former politician as well, in Selena Caesar Chavez.
Yes.
I have a lot of great, powerful women leaders around me, right? And I see that every day. So for me, it allows me to not only learn from their virtues, but to also take that and understand how powerful that is for me, even as a man. So that's why I think that it's like that. And then, of course, there's my kids and my family. I love them all. So I got to say, I've got a lot of powerful women around me.
Yes, I think that's what makes you the man behind the award winner.
There we go. Put it in there.
So I have one more question for you.
Of course.
Out of everything that you have accomplished so far, which one has impacted you the most out of those milestones?
That's a good question. And there is an obvious answer, and I will say it. I think it was when I won my the very first time I won the international with the speech with my grandmother. You know that speech.
Yes.
You've known it well. To me, that is one of the greatest accomplishments in Toastmasters for me. Obviously, the other victories, the other accomplishments, winning President of the Year, the Spirit Award, all the accolades that I have been able to graciously have from Toastmasters. But that specific victory meant so much to me, especially because of what transpired afterwards with her passing away just 2 days before I was supposed to go to the World Championships. It was devastating. It was hard. It was hard to go up there and essentially perform a eulogy for her for the world to see. But that has been the cornerstone, I would say, for all my achievements in Toastmasters. Everything else pretty much filled out the remainder of the foundation. But that particular speech was, and that victory was one of my highlights. And then, of course, it's those who I was able to mentor and to coach and to see them come up and have victorious moments. I look at Patricia Williams, who ended up becoming the 2017 or 16, I'm drawing a blank, humorous speech champion for the district. I coached her. And then there was Jeff Martin, 80 Martin, who went on to the district in 2019. And of course, there was Nikolina Ivankovich, who went on to the district as well in 2017. And I've had other individuals as well who have had their own small victories as well. But I think that too, for me, is also one of those great achievements, is watching my fellow Toastmasters come to me believing in my abilities to help them and watching them grow and watching them succeed. So I'd put those two at the top right there.
Thank you.
So Roger, I would definitely ask this question. How do you keep your energy high every time? Like, you are a father, you are a husband, and you're a great friend, you are a Toastmaster, you're handling a business, but you're keeping your energy high all the time. So what's the secret?
I think people want that in me, and it is who I am. I've always been that way. Well, I won't even say I've always been that way. I mean, when I was younger, I was very shy, but I grew into that confidence role through my track and field and other things that allowed me to become confident. But I love the energy. I love the energy that when I walk into a room, and, which is killing me, obviously, with this now that we are online, but it's such an amazing feeling when I walk into a room and there's all those people there and being able to, hug them and say hello. And that energy that they give me is the energy I like to give back. I've often said that when I'm as a speaker, my number one rule or number one goal is to make sure that I entertain those that are there who've taken the time to come out and see me. So I want to make sure that they leave with that memory, that lasting memory that, oh my God, I love watching Roger Caesar. He's amazing. And
Yes.
For me, that to me is what I love. I love that feeling. And so I've got to keep myself energized. I don't allow myself to bring any type of baggage with me when I do go out there to perform or when I come out to an event. I think it's very important that I leave all of that behind and make sure that the audience is number one at all times.
And this is what characterizes you. You are a people person. I always remember the first time I met you, and I think I'm still at Toastmasters. Mainly because of you.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Oh,
Honestly,
moments like
honestly.
this, it's moments like this that really makes me listen. I'll say it like this, Oliver. There are moments when I sit back and I'm only human, and I would think to myself, geez, sometimes I feel like maybe I should just like go away because maybe there are those that probably think I've won too much, or I'm always in the spotlight, or I'm always doing something. And I've sometimes have those moments where I sit alone and I'll say, geez, maybe I should just kind of back off. And then I have moments like this,
Yes.
where I have members like you who say those type of things to me, and it invigorates me and it makes me realize that, you know what, for the small amount of people or the small amount of individuals who are constantly trying to bring negativity, there are beautiful, mind-blowing individuals like yourself who show me that what I am doing and the things that I try to do and the way I try to help others is working. And that's why I keep going.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Roger, it has been a pleasure to have you in our podcast.
All right.
Please,
already?
yes, let us know and let our listeners to find you. Where can we find you?
Well, you could find me on LinkedIn for one. I'm on LinkedIn, and I am also on Instagram. My handle there is Caesar, Caesar .empire. That's
Okay.
Caesar.empire. And of course, my website, which is rogercaesar.com.
Perfect. So we will add this link in our podcast episode so for people to find you.
No problem.
Thank you very much. I don't know, Swati, if you have anything to say. It was short but intense. So
beautiful. I mean, this is, to me, when you have an interview like this and it runs so smoothly, it's a damn good one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I would
And
say
congratulations to you guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but congratulations to Lakeview Toastmasters for coming up with this concept of having a podcast. I don't know whether other Toastmaster clubs that have it, but if there is, it's wonderful. And it's an opportunity for Toastmasters all around to get to know each other and to have interviews like this. So
say something.
I wanted to say thanks a lot for being here. And we both are really, really inspired. And we are looking forward to continue this podcast journey forever.
Please do. Please do.
Yes.
Aim high. Aim very high.
Thank you so much. Yes. And with this, we would like to thank our listeners and let them know to stay tuned for the next episode.